Welcome to part 3 of Operation Market Garden Church Defense on Let's Play Battlefield 1942. And I think I'll actually put out some defenses. I'd put up landmines, but I don't want the team kills, so X-Packs will do sometimes. Sometimes the X-Packs will just deter people from crossing, even if there's no engineer watching it. I mean, if you see X-Packs laying there, you can never know for sure whether or not the engineer is monitoring those. I guess it wasn't much of a deterrent to that guy, but the tank was. Alright, I'm just going to kind of tool around in this tank, get some kills. The Germans are in really awful shape at the moment. And as soon as I leave the church, they all turn it neutral, I guess. We've got quite a few defenders on the church, so I don't really need to worry about that. I think that guy's yeah, he's tossing out the landmines at me. Well, I have to give him some credit. The tank definitely took quite a bit of damage in a very small amount of time. The Germans is, I guess this is why they're keeping these city flags so much. They're just swarming around here. It's kind of funny just using the tank as a shield like that. You know, sometimes it's worse to get two really good targets at the same time than to get one marginal target. Because at least if you see one target, you know immediately, you just pounce on it. Because there were two guys standing still like that, and it's like my brain kind of short-circuited trying to figure out which one to fire at. So the general rule in this game is, as soon as you see a target, you go for it. If you see two targets, just pick the one to the left or the right or whichever you prefer. Just... Was that a hostile B-17 again? And I can return to my post at the ammo crate as soon as I set out some traps. It's always nice to get moving target hits, especially if you take them down with two hits. Just getting two in a row is excellent, and it's really fun to demoralize your opponent that way, because if they're running around and they still get hit by sniper fire, then there's really nothing that they can do to avoid it. I can't remember exactly where I put those X-Packs, unfortunately. Maybe he's right. No, unfortunately he got shot. Okay, that Tiger came out of nowhere. And I guess he was just far enough away. He may have taken a little bit of damage though, that'd be useful. Okay, he's definitely spotted me. And we're going to play a little bit of hide and seek. I guess he's driving around in circles now trying to figure out where I am. And that's why you need to jump when you're setting the landmine. Notice how I'm down to half health. If I'd been just a few steps closer to that tank, I'd have been team killed by myself. And that's a really annoying thing on this game, because you get -2 for a team kill, 1 point for the kill, so that's a net -1, even though you've sacrificed yourself killing a tank. So it often feels very unfair when you get penalized that way for doing something strategically very useful for your team. I wish I'd gotten more distance with these X-Packs tossing them. drives up a little bit closer. Oh, great. Yeah. And I'm not sure if yes, I got the landmine just close enough to that tank to trigger it when he drove past. See, once again, we've got all these hostile tanks circling around the church, which is the doomsday scenario for the Allies. And an APC rolls up yet again. And you know, once again I have to point out how this really demonstrates how even if you're playing on defense, you can see a lot of action around here.
Position secured.
And once again, we're returning to my trusty ammo crate. Well, they've got 18 tickets left. 3 minutes. Actually, the time limit, which is set for this for whatever reason, about 3 minutes, 20 seconds. It's kind of funny. This map probably would have been ended by the time limit. But they've got 17 tickets left, so it may be a little bit of a race. We should be able to knock down those last tickets within the time limit. But as someone asked me earlier what the time limit means, basically when the time runs out, whichever side has the most tickets wins. And if they have equal tickets, it's a draw. You almost never see a draw in this game, but I have seen it happen a couple times. Typically on a map where there are no uncapturable bases for both sides, that is to say one side has one, the other doesn't, time limits are considered a bad thing for one side because you want as much time and opportunity as you can to capture all of the team's flag if they don't have an uncapturable. But where you do see time limits often is on those servers that have like 1,000 tickets on each side and they just have an hour time limit or whatever. But as you can imagine, that really messes up the dynamics of the game for those maps where there are where one side doesn't have an uncapturable base. Right, since they only got a few tickets left, yeah, I'm just driving around now, leaving the church, seeing if I can get a few kills before the round ends. Actually, I may just about knock down all their tickets myself. Bad luck for that guy's bazooka shot. Come on, it's going to be some kind of splash damage here. And that'll do it. See you next time.